Thank you, Heated Pool and Bar. We're okay. I did just get my gas bill, though. It was almost a record. I think it was a record. Yeah. I'm sure they raised the price surreptitiously like they always do. Never actually had a bill for heat and electric and gas over $200. But this one was close, $199. Actually, I think it was like 33 out today, so Bud actually was able to go on the back porch for a bit. So tonight we are building two righty controllers. Righty number 9. Hello everyone. Back to a controller build after our video game stream where I finally beat Shadow Ninja. Thanks to everyone who showed up and contributed. We raised $1,406, I believe, for St. Jude's. So that was awesome. Thanks to everyone who contributed. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Frig of something. What's with the 8-bit guy? What a dog's dinner? I don't know. What happened to him? Doesn't he an arcade operator now? Oh, Cree, did she have her surgery today? Did it go okay? I didn't realize it was today. Hope she's okay. Oh, you're at the Holiday Inn? Where's that at? Singing the video title song? Fine. Sweet dreams are made of... Oh, I'm sorry. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. There you go. Oh, there's Bud. Did you eat your dinner, Bud? Cat dinner. Cat dinner. Winner, chicken dinner. It's the time of miracles. Well, I didn't do very much on my week off. Just kind of loafed around. I worked on a few things. I wired a few more things on my Voron, and I did start rewriting the code for my film scanner to work on the newer Raspberry Pi OS with the new camera libraries, which changed at some point last year. Yay, Linux! I know everyone loves to hate Windows now, but Linux still feels very gatekeepy with all the stupid drivers always changing. That's one thing about Microsoft. It always just works. Did the 8-bit guy die or something? Oh crap, I think I left my power screwdriver upstairs. I will have to go get it. Oh, thanks for the Menards money. Well, I did buy a new piece of Menards crap, the unicorn motorized toilet bowl brush. They actually had some decent parts, well, some parts inside. I did make a video about it. I haven't edited it yet. It had like an 18650 and a motor controller with some sort of simple microcontroller that is Chinesium. Yeah, I actually went. I got a second one of the unicorn toilet brushes because I figured maybe with two motors I could make some sort of like motorized cat toy. That would be a good video title, like motorized cat toy made from Menards toilet brushes or something. What do you think about that title, bud? I think that's some good SEO. Do not steal the Menards investment Ben and buy kibble for butts. Oh no, it'll definitely go towards Menards. Save big money at Menards. Maybe I could use it for prostate cancer, testicular. I could put the money toward testicular cancer, in which case it would also go toward Menards. Ha 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 ha. Okay, these are two righties. Righty, righty, lefty, hefty, lefty, loosey goosey. These are refurbished controllers again. Something is definitely up with Xbox because I buy tons of this crap and I've never seen the supply so constrained. Like I haven't been able to buy like just white controllers in like, God, probably most of 2025. I like to buy white controllers because it's easier to see stuff as my eyes age. Hello, 3D Medic Vince. Let's see. Put you in the spare pots bucket. We need two face flex rights. Face flex rights. Say that 6 times fast. A Menards hat. Cree, did you try your new cookware yet? Which Holiday Inn are you at? Oh, thanks for another super chat. +1 Menards. Can you make me a device that can ring a rotary phone? I'll pay money. I want to freak my friends out. Hey, rotary phones are still... Well, you could just hook it up to... I mean, they still work on phone lines. I guess you'd probably have to simulate a phone line. They're like compatible with existing systems. I can't remember how it works, but it does. But are you having sweet dreams? Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Oh, is that where the clinic was, over by Greenway Station? How long did it take them to extract? They took all 4, I assume? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh, thank you for another super chat. Dude, I have cell phones. I am not 100 years old. Now, as far as I know, rotary phones are still compatible with existing POTS, plain old television, plain old telephone service. Printed some parts in black so it all matched. Hey, David, how's it going? You went shopping before the surgery, I assume? Oh, it's tomorrow morning. Okay. Is it like early in the morning or something? Oh, 7:30 a.m. Okay, well that makes sense. Why didn't you want to stay here? It's free. Oh, wait, then you'd have to drive across the belt line. Never mind. Yeah, I don't blame you. Beltline sucks that time of day. Eight-bit guy robbed a kid at recess. Oh my, very scandalous. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Sweet buds are made of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. One more. Bingo. Bingo kablingo. Have you ever had a mod request you had to deny for ethical reasons or personal discomfort? No, not that I know of. There was a show project idea I always had, but I never did it because there's no way we could have done it without making political jokes. It was e-ink bumper sticker. Finally, a bumper sticker that changes as quickly as your political beliefs do. I think about it, though, whenever I go to Quick Trip and they've got like these giant e-ink price stickers on the milk or on the glass in front of the milk. Like, they're huge e-ink or e-ink, you know, panels, and it makes me think of that. It's like, wow, these would be big enough for a bumper sticker. Oh, thanks, Violation, for the super chat. Junior, did you see that Adam Savage from Tested received a Last Crusade Grail? Perhaps it was mailed to him from the Marx Brothers. I did not see that, but that's pretty cool. I'm jealous. Did he say this is the cup of a carpenter? Yeah, Boomhauer, every so often very rarely do they, that crappy projector I found. But they used to have kind of like a dedicated section for that crap, right? Like at the edge of the, light bulb section. But they usually don't have anything anymore. They have an as seen on TV section, but none of that stuff is interesting. It's all boomer crap. Bud, are you a cat boomer? Oh, the hotel reservations went live today for VCF Midwest, so I reserved. I'm going to go back to having a table this year since, I don't know. I didn't have a table last year, but I still ended up just talking to people the whole time. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to talk to people the whole time, I might as well have a table to sit at. Then I could be like the 8-bit guy. He always goes there. Does any other store do a rebate program like Menards? I don't know. Well, for some reason, Menards got in trouble with the state for their rebate program. I'm sure it was a political shakedown. I mean, one thing that did change was they used to like send you a check for the rebate, but now they send you store credit, which does feel a little company store-ish. It also takes forever to show up. So your 11% rebate just means you get to spend more money at Menards. But it's still, I mean, 11% rebate's pretty good. Sometimes they have the 11% off bag, so there'll be like this paper bag at the front of the store labeled like 11% off, and whatever you can fit in the bag is 11% off. ALM, the shit yet you do wrong, you learn from your streams. Ben, what's your strangest fan encounter? Something that left you shook, scared, angry, or aroused? Strangest. I don't think I've never really had an encounter like that. There was one guy that was at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I think he'd done like a very early like ESP32 emulator of like, I think it was Game Boy or yeah, I think it was Game Boy. And he's like, "Oh, Ben, I want you to have this." And he was like really super nervous. And I'm like, "Dude, you ported an emulator to an ESP32. You're like a better programmer than I am." But I just remember him being incredibly nervous for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, there was another time, well, I don't know if it was really a fan, but it was someone that had been in the workshop, and I ran into them later at MGC, and they were pretty drunk. I think they actually got escorted out. So, I don't know. That was just like, I don't know, it seemed like one of those dudes that probably only gets drunk like once a year or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't nervous meeting me. Maybe he was just socially nervous. I don't know. I just remember he was very nervous. Well, I'm not like an expert solderer. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would say that I solder wrong. So it's probably a sliding scale. So did everyone have a good New Year's? But Ben, has Bud ever said or done something that embarrassed you when you had guests over? Oh, has Bud ever said anything? No, I mean, sometimes Bud farts and it doesn't make a sound, so it feels like a ripoff. So all you get is the stink without the funny noise. You're officially retired? Oh, nice. Bud actually does really good with visitors. Like, even people he's never met before, he'll just run up to him. He's like super friendly. He really does act like a dog. He's never afraid of anybody. I was lighting up my X account with Blackpilled stuff. Well, yeah, I'm totally Blackpilled. I mean, I am. I don't know. I mean, certain patterns are cannot not be recognized. What can I say? I just think people should look at things and just kind of think about it a little bit more. I think sometimes some things that people think are distractions from other things, it's actually the other way around. Just put it that way. I try to stay positive. I don't know. I mean, it could be worse. I could be like a 20-year-old. I mean, I'll probably be better off. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of it is just being self-employed for shit. It'll be 22 years this spring of being self-employed, and it just, I mean, it makes you, well, especially when it comes to stuff like taxes, it really, I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of black pills you, you know, like when you think about like, well, I don't know, like when you know, are just, when you're just writing checks and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like I never qualified for like the Affordable Care Act, so I've been paying 100% out of pocket the whole time. So I see stuff about that in the news, and I'm like, well, you know, this is kind of how it's been all along for people that make over $58,000 a year. Which some people might think it sounds like a lot, but depending on where you live, it's not. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that kind of makes me more black pill, just, you know, having to write huge checks to the United States Treasury. You don't write a check to the IRS. Oh, gee, thanks, Farpoint Station. Oh, actually, you know what, Farpoint? Yes. There has been a couple times where, like, yeah, I've had, you know, maybe men kind of make suggestions, and it's like, no. Thanks. Yeah. But women, too, so, you know, it's, I mean, I'm sure, you know, it's not like 8-bit guy. He's probably like fucking Mick Jagger, right? Oh, it doesn't really make me uncomfortable. It's just like, you know, I don't know. No, I don't have problems with like fans because I don't know. You know, if people are fans, that's good. You know, I try to think about that like when I look at like code feedback online because I resumed working today because I had like 9 working days off, but I resumed today, and so it's like, well, time to go into all, you know, a bunch of list of like bug fixes, and it's like, you know what? If there's bugs, it's my fault. So it's not the customer's fault for noticing them. So, I mean, well, I look at like the video game industry. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to act like that because ultimately, because I think sometimes some people in some industries hate their customers, and yeah. I will never, ever, ever be like that. I mean, maybe some customers are annoying, but they're still your customers. And the customer is always right. That is an axiom that I will never surrender. 8-bit guy can't complete the act unless he's strapped in. Hey, I like guns too. I just would never talk about it on YouTube. There's a lot of things I would never talk. Well, I can't. Well, maybe there's not that many things I wouldn't talk about on YouTube, but wouldn't talk about that because YouTube does not like that. Oh, okay, far point. I actually kind of thought of something. It's definitely a space where you run into a statistically higher number of autistic people. And, well, yes, I always still want to listen to everybody, but, you know, sometimes, you know, well, you know, I just had to remember, like, some people might not or aren't as good at, you know, sometimes they're more awkward with conversations or stuff, or they don't realize when they've just been rambling about something for too long. And, you know, that's their thing, you know, so I try to be respectful of that, even if I'm thinking in the back of my mind, okay, yes, blah, 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 blah. Because what I've noticed, like, with conventions and stuff, a lot of people, they don't necessarily want to talk to you about your stuff, they want to talk to you about their stuff. And so I think for some people, you know, if you're like a geeky person, like you go to a convention and like maybe this is the only time in your life where you really get to geek out about stuff like this, you know? It's like your family might not give a shit, your spouse might not give a shit, but you go to these shows and you can geek out about this stuff. But there are definitely situations where I'll find some conversations more interesting than others. So I try to be respectful and always listen, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm interested. Like in the last VCF, there was this guy who, oh god, I think he spent like at least an hour describing to me how turbine crystals are grown, and I found that fascinating because I did not know how that works. So I was more than happy enough to listen to that guy. That guy was also like a freaking genius too. He had like 2 master's degrees. I think he had a master's degree in electrical engineering and mechanical engineering. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to this guy because he's way smarter than I am. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's do... All right, so these are 2 righties, so we got to desolder the lefts. Activating desoldering iron. Oh, one thing I've noticed... Oh, I better be careful with how I make this comparison, but... Ham radio operators, I know it's because it's kind of a dying hobby, like literally dying, because all the old people are dying. They do seem like almost like evangelical. Where they're like, oh man, they almost like remind me like Jehovah's Witnesses of engineers. Because they're like, oh man, you should get into ham radio. Like, when my Uncle Dan died, I took some of his ham radio equipment to one of his, I think it was one of his old coworkers. And I'm like, gee, I wonder if this is the guy that was wearing the computer keyboard tie at his funeral. And of course it was. And I dropped off the stuff and he's like, have you ever thought about getting into ham radio? I'm like, no, but I've had people ask me about it a million times. But I did take his phone number, which is still on my cork board, so, you know, yeah. Have you decided are you going to devote yourself to Jesus Christ of ham radio? You may not believe in ham radio, but ham radio believes in you. A CNC fest? Oh, that's cool. Where was that at? Oh, Linux CNC. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's like open source. Does that just do the machine control, or does it actually do the toolpaths as well? Yeah, because people use Linux Cam to like make old machines run, right? Or run old machines. And a lot of people are like, oh, you just get rid of Windows, but there's so many things that you kind of have to use Windows for. Like Adobe. Although it seems like they finally fixed the glitch on my Adobe Photoshop, so that was good. CNC Music Factory. Yeah. And Marky Mark. Oh. Let the music take control. Let the rhythm move you. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut from under your butt. Move the dance. Ow! Some sort, yes. I will make a rudimentary lathe. No, I won't kill him. Tonight I am trying to build 2 controllers in one night with 1 cup. We'll see if I can do it. Well, they're both righties, so that's righties are easier to because there's less wiring, so it's probably possible. I don't have any high life though. I have some leftover ROM. I could make something out of it. I don't know. All right, let's get these removed. Try and take over the world. God. Man, that's kind of clogged up, isn't it? Wait a minute. What is that? 1 millimeter? Gonna make you sweat till you bleed. Is that dope enough, MC? I got your good vibrations. Come on, come on, come on. We got your sweet sensation. Feel it, feel it. Vibrations good like sun kiss. Wait, that's Marky Mark, not CNC Music Factory. Oh yeah, that's right. Galaxy Quest is like one of the top 3 best Star Trek movies ever made. By Grab Thor's hammer. What a savings. Come on, come on, come on. Can you imagine going back to like 1991 and being like, I bet you in 20 years, that guy will star in every other movie made by Hollywood. And people will be like, you're crazy, you're going off to the loony bin. And he'll have a chain of hamburger stores. Hold my hair. Blech. Hey, you want to know a fun fact? Like, if you want to make women laugh, women always find it funny if you do the hold my hair joke. I don't know if it's because it's like a inside joke with women, but it always works. 80% of the time, it works 100% of the time. The C64 Revival. I think a friend of mine bought one of those. They shipped out, didn't they? It's like an FPGA. It's like, it's a Commander X16, except for it makes sense. I take the Commander X16 and I add accountability and logic. Oh, get it? Logic? Frank Zappa? Look at all these extra sticks I have. Hope they haven't, yeah. Oh, okay, I got enough Hall effects. That's good. Hall and Oates effects. Okay. You got your good vibrations. Come on, come on, come on. Got your sweet sensation. Feel it, feel it. Is it like that South Park where Cartman uploaded the Slayer CD to get rid of the hippie gem fest? No, chef, don't go out there. I didn't volunteer. Anne Murray? Well, I was singing Annie Lennox. Is that close enough? I don't really know that many Anne Murray songs, just that one. Actually, she does kind of sound like the Carpenters, doesn't she? The only song I know by Annie Lennox is that one where it's like, how'd that go? Yeah. So high that I felt I could see eternity. You needed me. You needed me. Right? That's Annie Lennox. Not Annie Lennox. Whatever the other one was. What Carpenter song was I singing? There are dozens. Oh wait, that one was second. Yeah, it's probably fine. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. Oh yeah, why do all women like Bubble Bobble? I've never understood that. Only that it's true. 100% of the time, it works 100% of the time. I sold my soul, you bought it back for me, so high that I thought I could see eternity. You needed me, and I guess it's blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I don't know all the songs of that one. That does kind of sound like the Carpenters, though, where it's like, talking to myself and feeling low. Blah, 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 blah. Hanging around. Nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. I don't have the falsetto I once did, so it's harder to try to sing like women. Not impossible, just harder. The Gods. Yes, I was GST. Very good. Wow. Good catch. I think about 40% of my brain is filled up with just like random music. Everything is music. Clash, bang, boom, bam. Sometimes I think of my thoughts and they make me laugh. I saw this video once of Bjork and she'd like taken apart like a cathode ray tube TV and she's like, look inside this TV. It's like a little village. All of these little buildings in the village. And I'm thinking, better be careful, you're going to electrocute yourself. Bzzzt. Oh, it's music. Oh, grabbed the wrong one. I'm an idiot. It's a trick question. The left goes on the right. And it starts with an I. Tonight on Rock and Roll edition of Celebrity Jeopardy. And our third and final guest, Sean Connery. I cut an album full of dirty limericks just so I'd be eligible. There once was a man named Trebek who had the world's tiniest... Stop! I'll take anal bumhole covers for $800. I've seen devices like that in the past. Paid a pretty penny for them. But if the penis mightier can do what you say it does, I'll order a dozen. A manic pixie version of Werner Herzog. Oh my God. Okay, Philip, you win comment of the night for that one. That's very good. Oh, God. Very deep cut. Jesus Christ. That's like the most amazing comment ever. Oh, okay. I gotta calm down. Oh, I gotta take a drink of water after that one. Oh, crap. I put the color on the wrong side. I'm an idiot. La da da dee da 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 da. One of my neighbors got a new roof today. I was amazed how quickly they did it. They pretty much, I think they did the whole thing like in one work day. I was taking my morning pee and I heard all this commotion outside and I looked out the window and there was like all these vehicles, and then they just like, they were ripping off the old roof like nobody's business. It's like they're climbing up on the roof with snow on it still. It's like, okay. Then later in the day, I got a Google ad for, what was it called? The Tree Wise Men tree removal service. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm actually going to click on this. So I do have a tree that I would like to remove. Although removing trees is kind of expensive around here. But it has to be done. Got to remove this tree, then get a new roof. Well, I think as long if I get a new roof, by my roof is 2007, I want to say. I think it was when they first sold the house. Or yeah, the first time the house was sold to someone else, and so that's what, pushing 19 years. So I think the full, it's past the half-life. So if a meteorite hits it, the insurance company would only get you the adjusted life value of it or some BS like that. But whatever. I'm just gonna plan on paying for the whole thing. It shouldn't be that bad. It's a ranch house. It's pretty simple. Yeah, Randy, it was they had just gotten started. Like their cars were just pulling up like at 8:20 or whenever I was like taking a piss and all that. And yeah, they were pretty much done. I mean, I didn't look at the end of the day, but actually, yeah, I'm sure they finished today because the last time I looked is probably like 2 p.m. and they were almost done by then. They were fast. I don't think they were putting on a new subsurface, so they were just doing the shingles, but it was still pretty cool. I want to get a new roof before I would try to sell this house. Although I guess I could just say, oh, well, it needs a new roof, so that's $20,000 off or whatever. I've still been looking for land. I definitely want to get some land. Oh, thanks, George McCrate. It means the world to me. Well, yeah, I heard this noise, and I thought that people were being extra judicious with, like, dragging their recycling bins around, but it turns out it was more than that. Sometimes I hear, like, certain echoes, and it sounds like it's coming from my back porch or something. Like, maybe my back... Well, I have an enclosed back, like a 3-season porch, so maybe that acts as a kind of diaphragm. Because, like, when my one neighbor takes out her garbage cans, which are, like, right over that way, I can hear it, like, through my whole house. It's crazy. It's like this cascade of... I don't know. It just makes a lot of noise. Yes. Okay, so let's see. What's next? Junior. Oh, we've got to remove these guts. Colorado requires a new deck every time. You can't just add... Yeah, is adding another layer of shingles something that people do? That's like the cheapest way to do it. Well, I know actually the same neighbor that I just mentioned with the the bins. A tree branch fell over and hit her roof and poked a hole in it. Not a big hole, but then she ended up getting the whole thing reboarded or whatever they call it. I think that one took a little bit longer. I think that took like 2 days, but again, they actually replaced the panels or whatever they call it. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta climb into my attic and move some of the blown insulation around. Actually, I should check it with the FLIR first, because I fixed that thing in my bathroom, but I think that there was a lack of insulation in that corner. That was part of the problem, so I need to go up there and push some insulation around to make sure it goes over that over the patch that I made. Now that it's cold out, I can climb into my attic and it'll only be like 90 degrees. In the summer, it's like Iraq. Brick walls? I don't have any of those. No, I've been looking like around east of Castle Rock Lake and Petenwell, the Central Sands region. I bookmarked a few more on Zillow this past week. I think there was one where it had like once in a blue moon, there's one that'll actually have like a well or a septic. There was actually one that had both, but then I noticed it was in a floodplain. It was in a 100-year floodplain, so that's probably why it's still on the market. Because otherwise, it's a pretty good deal. Because I figure that's like $25,000 right there, probably, to put those in. Although if you're in the Central Sands region, you can sometimes get a Sandpoint well, which means it's cheaper to dig a well. Oh no, I'm turning into Louis Rossman real estate. Hey everybody. I'm going to complain about New York for 3 years and then move to the New York of Texas. Let's see, it's righty? Yes, okay. Ah, my hand! Hey, Cree, are you still in the chat? Does that Holiday Inn have an automatic pancake maker at it? Some Holiday Inns have that. They're cool. build a cozy shack type of manifesto. Yeah. Well, I think it'd be cool to get like solar panels and stuff. But I guess, yeah, then you have to type a manifesto if you're going to do all that. Land with water frontage. I actually did. There are actually a couple that were like affordable. There's like one up by Montello. It's like, it is on a lake. I think it's like 1.5 acres, which is kind of small, but it is like on a lake. I think that was like $70,000. Sometimes, oh, that's another thing. Like if you can get city gas, that's a major boon because propane is hella expensive. Or I guess you could put in a ground source heat pump, and then that's also hella expensive. So basically, it's just hella expensive. Wow, it has 2 bars? Sounds like my kind of place. All the drinks at the bar are frozen drinks. So is Lydia scared, Curry? Well, she's going to be anesthesia. They're going to knock her out, right? The good part of medicine. It is. That Greenway Station is very hoity-toity, yes. No, my niece only cares about video games. So, I guess not. I mean, video games is kind of what got me interested in electronics, but I don't think she gives a crap how the video games work, only that they do. Brum, bum, 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 bum. You say that like it's a bad thing, Curry. Now, she mostly plays like stuff like Resident Evil and Rockstar games and anything with Leon Kennedy. I gave her some of my PlayStation 4 games that I don't play anymore. I never play video games after I beat them. How did Bud vote in the 2016 and 2024 elections? Bud can't vote. Oh, he would have voted for the Green candidate. I'm Ralph Nader, and I'm still alive, I guess. Ralph Nader, the Bernie Sanders of the 2000s, was wanting everyone to know that he's still alive. Bela Lugosi is still alive. Why did you never want to heat with wood? Because it's not clean at all. I guess, yeah, it wouldn't be any cleaner than coal. It's still hydrocarbons. Everything is hydrocarbons. Werner Panic Pixie version of Werner Herzog. Oh, that's amazing. Oh God, yeah, I love typing stuff on Bernie Sanders Twitter because, yeah, you know YouTube might not like this part, but I live in Madison, Wisconsin, and like bumper sticker polling, like in 2016. Yeah, I don't think anyone. Well, I think yeah. It went from like Bernie signs and bumper stickers everywhere to like you could probably like you could count the number of like Hillary's things on like one hand in 2016. So yeah, I think Bernie should have fought a little harder. Yeah. This button's a little suspect, but I think it'll work. Okay. Oh, they've got these refurbished controllers that have some dirt. One of them has some dirt on it. It's got some dirt in its eyes. Oh, GST. I think Bernie Sanders won that primary. And I know it's verboten to say that now about... Well, the thing is, with the Democrats have superdelegates, so if at the end, even after all of the primary, the superdelegates actually decide who becomes president, and yeah, and there's a bunch of stuff with like the funding of the DNC and the Clinton Foundation, and it's yeah. I'm just saying, if Bernie Sanders hates Trump so much, maybe he should have fought a little harder in 2016, and that's on Bernie. Okay, so let's put the analogs in, or the analog triggers in. All right, let's add the cables. Brum, bum, 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 bum. time is it? 8:08. Okay, don't say anything, Ben. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Keep your mouth shut, Marion. Yeah, Bernie's pretty old too. He makes, I think. Alexa, how old is Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders is 84 years old.
Yeah, so he's even older than Joe Biden.
I'm trying to respond from the right place. Was this the device you expected?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
I tried the new Alexa AI and I didn't like it, so I disabled it. It sounded even more robotic, so I was like, go back to your old way, Pringles can. Talking to myself and feeling low. Okay, I'll give Bernie Sanders credit for, well, I wouldn't say just one thing, but he actually has said in the past, the only way to get national health care is to destroy the insurance companies. And he's absolutely right. It probably won't happen, but at least he actually said the truth. I mean, he said a black-pilled truth when he mentioned that, and he's right. Is that even black-pilled? It's just the truth. That's just capitalism. Rainy days and Mondays always bring me down. Yeah, somewhat consistent. I wouldn't say entirely consistent. Like, there's videos of Bernie saying things that no Democrat, saying things like 12 years ago that no Democrat would dare say today. Well, maybe that Fetterman guy would say it, but he definitely had some, well, at the time they weren't radical ideas, but they could be considered radical now, or radical by his party. You know what I think is crazy? We have 3 presidents the same age. Clinton, Bush 2, and Trump are all the same age, even though they were, what, 30 years apart? It's like just geezer patrol. Well, I mean, not Clinton, but that even, by comparison, Bush was a spry chicken. What? Oh yeah, Jimmy Carter, he died, didn't? Yeah, he made it to 100 though, so that's cool. Jimmy Dore, Jimmy Dore seems to have gotten really hung up on Israel lately, like kind of to like a ridiculous extent. Like that's all he talks about now. It's like, okay, yeah, I know. I mean, you know, you're probably not entirely wrong, but, you know, there's other factors in the world, too. It's not just one country. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's put on these. Forced into retirement by 65? God, that sounds like a dream. I don't know if I'd use the word forced. I highly doubt I'll be able to retire at 65. The retirement age would probably be 70 by then. All right, let's get to these guys here. I don't know. I'd just be happy to like retire into like a trailer in the woods. I've already traveled a bunch. It's not like I want to like travel the world when I'm retired because I don't know. I've already done a lot of that stuff. I think when you don't have kids, there's a lot of the stuff that you've already done. So it's like, well, I don't really need to do this because I've already done it. Not like I had to like get my kids through college first in order to like do all this crazy stuff. No springs. Yeah, I would agree. Fair point. It's like, you know, people, you know, called Trump a Russian puppet, but there's another country he is definitely more. Yeah, it's not Russia. But yeah, I think if you get too hung up on it, you do kind of start to sound, you know, yeah, anti-Semitic. Going back to France? Cool. If Elvis didn't die and became president, maybe it'd be like that one movie, Bubba Hotep. They died me! Oh, right, I need these. Oh, let's go with black on black. I want my baby back. Hello, Commodore Fan 64. Elvis would have stopped global warming, huh? Your first computer was a TI-99 4A? Ugh. What did you think of it? Yeah, it had some really weird bottlenecks with the RAM. Well, mostly with the RAM. Did I not pop these? No, I thought I did. See, Cree, my theory is that COVID actually happened when Taylor Swift dated John Mayer. It created a super conflux of all STDs on Earth, and then COVID came out. Marty! When a woman who slept with everyone, every man in Hollywood, sleeps with a guy who slept with every woman in Hollywood, it'll create COVID! What do you mean, Doc? Whoa, this is heavy. Great Scott. Oh, wow, an Osborne 1? That's old school. Well, I guess it's not as old school as the TI 99 4A. Yes, it did have a 16-bit processor. It was actually, the CPU was actually meant for like multi-user systems. That's why it had like kind of weird RAM access. Well, it had like dedicated RAM per user, but in the TI 99 4A, there was a little bit of RAM, very little, like the user amount of RAM, which was like 256 bytes or something. And then the rest of the RAM, the RAM for the system was the RAM that was on the TMS 99218 chip, the video chip, which is, I mean, a lot of computers used that chip, but the RAM on the video chip was, you know, for the video chip. And then if you wanted to access that RAM, you had to write it through a port, so it was kind of limited. And you couldn't write it at all times because there was a window when you couldn't write to the RAM port when the video chip was using the RAM, obviously. So most, like, let's say like the ColecoVision or the Sega Master System, it would, it would update the graphics over that port, but the 99 4A used that RAM for everything. So it made it kind of slow. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Stone7. $5 to Pet Bud. Sure. Bud. Were you having a dream about a fish? Fish dream. Fish dream. Hoop dreams. Fish dreams. Here's your new friend. Thank you for the super chat. Rainy days and Sundays always bring me down. Red. Oh, these wires are kind of short. Hopefully they're not too short. If I live to see the 7 wonders. See ya, Boom. Almost historical. Nothing to do but frown. Pizzeria flavored combos? Oh my. Now you just need some Pop Rocks and Lick-A-Made. Ah! Well, let me know how the procedure goes tomorrow, Cree. Feel free to stop by if you want, although I'm sure you'll probably just want to get home instead. Also, it's on the opposite side of town. It's a little short. Yeah, I think if I come in at this angle, I can make it. Just don't hit anything else. Boom. Better double check that with my peepers. I think it's electrically isolated. Yeah, you should probably just get home as soon as you can, Curry. Lydia will probably be in a bad mood. Or a worse mood than usual. Ha, Trebek. Shuck it long and shuck it hard. Spit. It does a body good. Yep, needs to be cut. They'll cut me. Look at them snappers, Ralph. Do 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 do. Almost done with this side. Ground is ground. Take that, lead-free solder. I banish you to the world of pagan. No one here knows of the Avatar. I will parade you before your conquered people as the pathetic idol of a fallen ideal. First Earth, and then Britannia. I'm bored, Clytus. What plaything do you have to offer me today? An amusing little system, Your Highness. The inhabitants call it Earth. How peaceful it looks. Very good, Your Highness. We'll destroy this Earth later. I want to play with things a while. Avatar? No, I was talking about Ultima. Ultima 7, Pagan. That's the one where the guy says, I banish you to the world of Pagan. No one here knows of the Avatar. That's how the intro goes. You have been a thorn in my side for far too long, Avatar. I will parade you before their conquered peoples as the fallen idol of a pathetic ideal. And then he, of course, banishes him to the world of Pagan. Bud, do you want to be banished to the world of Pagan? Bud, I will banish you to another world, or out of this world in America. I always get Jordan Mechner and the Out of This World guy mixed up. I think it's because they both did like way overly ambitious follow-ups that both failed. Who here remembers what they were? Out of This World guy was like Eric something. And then Jordan Mechner did Prince of Persia, of course, and Karateka, the game that's kind of forgotten, even though it was like 5 years ahead of Prince of Persia. Kind of unfortunate that one keeps getting forgotten because it's kind of this. It's it's a simplified version of Prince of Persia, but it's got all like the cinematic stuff. I mean, it's pretty ahead of its time for like 1984. Yep, Bud's always getting banished to the world of Pagan. You have been a thorn in my side for far too long, Bud. Die, Bud. You don't belong here. It is not by my hand that I am once again given fur, but rather humans who wish to pet me. Pet me? You make people feed you and turn them into slaves. The same could be said of all pets. Your words are as empty as your feeding dish. Humans ill need a pet such as you. What is a human? Just someone who feeds me. But enough talk. Have at you. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. All right. You mix up Kurt Russell with Patrick Swayze? I guess that's possible. Patrick Swayze Christmas. What does Patrick Swayze have to do with Christmas? Hey, you keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine. Like, action sequence don't belong in a Christmas Carol? Well, I've just never heard of a action sequence in a Christmas Carol before. I wonder how much of that song I could remember. Yep, Bud would knock a glass off the table. What is a human? A pitiful little pile of secrets. He knocked my glass coffee pot off the table when I started drinking coffee. Like, it went like 3 days before he knocked it off, so I had to buy like an all steel enclosed one. But that one, that stood standing. Let me see if I can remember the lyrics. Open up your heart and let the Patrick Swayze Christmas in. We'll gather at the roadhouse with our next of kin. And Santa can be our regular Saturday night thing. We'll decorate a bar stool and gather round and sing. Ah, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas this year. Or I'll rip your throat out and kick you in the ear. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this is the best sentiment, the most appropriate for a Christmas song. What, like a good action sequence don't belong at Christmas? Well, I just never heard of an action sequence in a Christmas Carol before. Let me think. Remember the next. It's my way or the highway. This Christmas at my bar, I'll have to smash your kneecaps if you bastards touch my car. I got the word that Santa has been stealing from the till. I think that jolly old elf better make out his will. Oh, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas one and all. And this can be the haziest. This can be the laziest. This can be the Swayziest Christmas of them all. La 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 la. I think that was it. I think I was pretty close. That's better than the Carpenters. Oh. No tradition like a new tradition. Oh, Team Joel all the way, before anyone asks. Okay, well, red, right? The faintest red marking. You wrote a Christmas Carol? Yeah, there's no tradition like a new tradition. Well, when you get ribbon cable this size, the best you can hope for is like one. I mean, yeah, one side of it is blue, but you know, I get like the 20 wide. If you get the thinner, if you get the stuff that's only like 5 wide, it's more expensive. So yeah, magic marker. See this one? That's factory blue right there. A fingernail fungus. Oh, I'm still using the medicinal nail polish, so it's working. It's just very slow because you know the nail has to grow out. So yes, I paint. You paint the nail with the it's medicinal fingernail polish, and it smells just like, well, it is fingernail polish. The reason it smells like fingernail polish is because it is fingernail polish. How many money you could spend on cloud infrastructure for all your projects? I don't use cloud infrastructure. I did buy a new NAS last week. 'Cause my old one has some old drives in it, so I just decided to just make a new one. Because I had like a 4-bay QNAP from like 2013. And then I got a 6-bay QNAP, and then I put the 4 drives into it, and then I added 2 drives, and then I expanded the volume. So my current server has 4 drives that are from 2013, which is way too old. So I thought about just like rebuilding it 1 drive at a time, but I figured the best way would I just get a new NAS. So I needed to spend some money at the end of the year anyway. A resi gun, typically if you have the multi-wired cable, it's much thicker than this. Like this is very thin ribbon cable. This is thin, like, well, here's a standard ribbon cable. So most everything in the controller uses the thinner ribbon cable, like on the right. And you know, I buy it. I buy it in big spools. Actually, this one's getting kind of low. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. Yeah, it has one. It has a blue side, but it's a 20 banger, so it's more economical to cut up the 20 banger because on this one I have like, I have like 2 5s, 2 3s, and I have about I don't know. It's just easier to cut up a 20 banger for me. Because as you can see, like, yeah, here's a 3 banger, here's a 5 banger, there's some 4 bangers. I mean, just magic marker. Done. most of my data is like backed up edit files from like my own personal YouTube videos, like since like from 2018. So that's probably like 7 terabytes of it. So like 7.5 of the 9.5 terabytes used is that, and that's not critical because I mean, who cares? They're just edit videos. So, yeah. So I got, actually, when I looked at it, like I couldn't actually find 4 drives of the same kind on Amazon last week, so I actually ordered them from B&H. So I got 4 Western Digital Pro NAS drives, 4 terabytes each. So since it's a 4-bang, I'll probably do like a RAID 10. So I'll have 8 terabytes, which is that'll be fine. Because I'll probably keep the old NAS around, but only like just fire it up every so often to put the video clips on, just like as like backup cold storage. Like all my other stuff fits in like 2 terabytes. So yeah, again, I had that 6-bay NAS was when we were doing the show, so that's why I wanted all that storage and multi-user stuff. Even though I think Max had his own Synology that he put all the show stuff on a Synology, so we actually had 2 NASs back then. Because even then, like, I don't know. Most of the stuff on that server is like my yearly projects, so I have it all organized by year. And then stuff like this controller, because there's like a lot of, like all like the designs and laser cut parts for this are all on the server as well. Plus everything else. But like as far as like just like active access, there's not actually a whole lot. So, but I guess I probably could have spent like $200 more and gotten like 8 terabyte drives. But again, like I was like, okay, I want to order these before the end of the year. And yeah, the only place that had 4, actually, I don't think Amazon had like 4 units of like 8 terabyte drives, so I went with 4 4s. I have a QNAP and I ordered another QNAP. How much space did they take up? Like the PNGs, like the uncompressed, well, they're very slightly compressed PNGs. I feel like a 3-inch, like the 3-inch cartridge, like the 3-minute cartridge of Super 8. Scanning one of those is probably about 21 gigabytes of raw data. And then if you scan the 7-inch reels, which is the 22-minute compilations, which is 8 cartridges spliced together, those are probably about 120 to 150 gigabytes of raw data. But then I take it into DaVinci Resolve, and then I export it as a very high-quality MP4. So even like that scan data, it's like I could just rescan it, if I didn't have it. But I think, oh yeah, well, actually I didn't keep all of that. I got this, got a external like USB 3 enclosure for a SATA drive, and then I got like fairly bog standard SATA 3 SSD, like 1 terabyte I think it was. It was like $100, and I formatted it with exFAT, so it works on both Linux and Windows. exFAT's a little faster than NTFS on Linux. So what I do is I scan, or I save the PNGs directly to the drive, and then I unplug the drive, stick it into Windows, and then I actually do the DaVinci Resolve conversions or outputs. I do the project right off of the portable drive. That way I don't have to spend a bunch of time copying 150 gigabytes. So that actually saves a lot of time. And I could I mean, I could. I mean, I probably will because, like I mentioned, I am recoding that whole project to work with the newest libraries. I could add a library. I could add something where it directly exports to FFmpeg on the Pi, but I like the idea of having as much control as possible to export the highest quality. And I'm actually in the new one or the rewrite of it. I'm gonna have an option to use 10-bit mode with the camera. Probably would just use that for like scanning negatives, so you have as much leeway as possible to convert the negatives, because it's not just inverting. You have to remove the film color as well, which is orange. Well, is it? Wait, yes, it's orange. Yes, and then you subtract the orange and then you invert it. Then it looks like a picture. So if I do that, it'll be saving 16-bit per channel PNGs, which means the folders will be twice the size. But if I just do that for like negatives that I shoot, that means you would never be shooting, you never be scanning more than 3-minute cartridges, which would be like 20 gigs times 2, so 40 gigs, which isn't too bad. But that camera does, the high quality microscope camera does have a 10-bit mode, which, yeah, I would like to use. Actually, I could probably just have it always be in 10-bit mode, but just have an option of which bit depth to save, because you have to convert it to 8-bit anyway to make the preview window in Linux. A Raimi Film Fest. Oh, awesome! Apparently, Sam Raimi's making a new movie called like, oh, it's called Send Help. It's some sort of like deserted island movie. So he's finally making another movie. Army of Darkness is great, and it's only like an hour and 20 minutes long. Perfect. Yeah, I could have been king, but in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby. Well, it's a 4K sensor with a microscope. The film frame, or the Super 8 frames in the sensor frame, they don't take up the whole frame. They're probably like, it's probably more like half the frame, really. So I want to say, like, on average, it's probably about 2,000 wide by 1,400 high, but it still adds up, because if you save high quality PNGs, well, yeah, there's a lot of noise in the image, so like they don't compress as much. I mean, they compress a little bit because you can save bitmaps. And bitmaps save faster because they're not doing any like compression. They save faster, but they take up even more space. And then also, for some dumb reason, you can't do bitmap sequences in a DaVinci Resolve. So probably for negatives, I'll do 10-bit scans. But then you have to save it as a 16-bit per channel PNG, because there isn't a 10-bit. I mean, there's an 8-bit per channel PNG, but not a 10-bit. So you have to save it as a 16-bit. So yeah, you're wasting 18 bits per image, but again, then you just convert it into like a high quality MP4 or something. Shop smart, shop S-smart. Yep. Get this baby in the sporting goods department. S-smart, top of the line. Made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow. Sort of in the home stretch. No. Did I just jinx it? I probably did. Ooh. I need to take a restroom break. I'll be right back. Hold down the fort, bud. Guard it for me, big buns. Is Bud having a dream? He's having a dream about knocking things off of the counter. Oh, I have to look at nothing and then go back to sleep. Let's see, red. Oh, I'm feeling a bit peckish. That's what I get for having a Spam sandwich for dinner. I had to use the Spam up. Don't worry, I put lettuce on it. Here's a new home. Earth humans. Oh, I've had this on for a while now because I'm trying to cure that fungus. It takes forever. Hey, if Avril Lavigne can wear Band-Aids, I can too. Avril Lavigne, who apparently died? If you hear that conspiracy. Is that really... I guess that would be a conspiracy. Hello? Are you the ones that made a replacement Paul McCartney? Yeah, that's us. Hey, we're going to need one of those over here in America. I'm going to need a replacement Avril Lavigne. Oh, all right. Hold on. These slippers sound like women's shoes. Of all the projects I've done in my videos, which is the one I'm most proud of? You mean like ever? Or the show? Or what criteria? It's test time. Left, up, right, down. Good. Left bumper, right bumper. Good. Whatever that is and that. Yep. All right. She's right as rain. On the show? You know, the very last episode where we made that handheld Atari 800, I thought that was pretty good. And it's also kind of crazy that it worked. Because it was like a last minute change. And yeah, it's kind of crazy that we got it to work so quick. Especially since we made our own circuit boards. Like, actually made our own circuit boards. We didn't even order them from Osh Park or anything. It was all laser painted. I actually did sell that to a guy a couple years ago. Because, I don't know. I can just build another one. I don't need all this stuff. That one was pretty good. Actually, the robot luggage we did many, many years ago. I thought that was really cool. The one that Jesse helped with. I still think overall, well, I guess I did make YouTube videos of it. Maybe like Bill Packs and Pinball. Because it was like such a crazy project and it actually led to a lot of things. It's just like, oh, you thought a portable Atari was crazy. How about this? So, yeah, I don't know. I think the auto calf feeder was pretty cool. It's actually useful. It serves a purpose. Yeah, it was fun making those consoles. And that's definitely the kind of stuff YouTube likes to see. But I don't know, for me, I have more interest in like just building new stuff from scratch rather than like hacking existing things. Because like all the skills I've gained over the years, it's like, well, you know, I can do more than just hack things now. So that's why I'm less interested in doing that. But it was, well, that's how I got my start with all this stuff. And it was quite the Mr. Toad's wild ride. Oh no, the wildwood. Oh dear, Toad's gone into the wildwood. Sweet dreams are made of greenies, yeah. Sweet dreams are made of greenies. Who am I to disagree? But traveled the world and the seven seas. Two. Oh, it's got tree supports. Difficult to remove. Hard to stay between the lines. Oh, yeah, Kevin Rose screensavers. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I've been around forever. Dwight, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. I'm going to come at you hard. That's what she said. Oh. Oh, but they tried to bring back G4, remember? Ugh. It's so dumb. All like the money they spent on that. It's like it's not 2004 anymore. Oh no, I gotta have a Hollywood studio and blah blah blah. Oh. Look at me, I'm still a TV producer. The old Revision 3 episodes? Gosh, I don't know. God, Revision 3, they died a long time ago. Didn't they? Yeah, they got sold back to Discovery and then they got destroyed. And now Discovery's probably going to get destroyed after whatever happens with Warner Brothers. I shouldn't talk about that. We do a bunch of stuff with Warner Brothers. Oh, I'm sure it'll all be great. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, it was kind of like a different time back then. Well, I did have an idea for a podcast. I was going to call it Gen Explained. I think I've mentioned this before. There was something the other day where I was thinking, oh, this would be a perfect topic for Gen Explained. Can't remember what it was. I noticed that even like with working with people at Spooky, I think I'm like probably I'm one of like the oldest people there, and like I'll make references to things and it's like, oh, that's right. Maybe Luke Peters might get the reference, maybe. It's like, oh, any Monkey Island fans here? Hello? Hello? Crickets? Eight-bit guy doesn't make videos just. Oh, I think I get the reference there. A TED Talk on Henry Kissinger. I don't know enough about Henry Kissinger. just that he hates Cambodia. Here, let's let this sit for a bit. A co-host? I don't know. I guess there'd have to be another Gen X person. Well, the first time I had an idea for that, it was years ago. It was at Max's bachelor party. And of course I was the oldest person there. Because, you know, Max is like... Shit, Max is like... 17 years younger than me? Yeah. So we were like pre-drinking, and I think we were discussing Rocky movies, and one of the guys hadn't seen any Rocky movies, and so I was explaining some of it to him, and of course we were all drinking, so it made everything funnier than it probably was. But it kind of reminded me of Drunk History, and I'm like, this would probably be this would be a cool podcast idea. I mean, I didn't say that to them, but I thought about it internally. It's like, you get a Gen Z guest, and then you have a couple of like drunken Gen X people explain, because apparently millennials are now the forgotten generation. First time, that's what Gen X would say. But you'd explain something like pop rocks, or how cheap everything was in the 90s. You'd have like a conversation kind of like that. Or like, pop culture stuff. Let's see here. But yeah, Gen Explained is a great title, and you don't even have to explain it. The title explains itself. So win-win. Yeah, you could even do a Gen Explained about like old school, like G4 or TechTV. Before she was Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend of the week, everyone had a crush on Olivia Munn. Actually, I never quite understood the Olivia Munn thing, but yeah. I guess you'd probably have to decide if you wanted to make it only pop culture, if you wanted to be like somewhat political, like, you could talk about maybe like the Satanic Panic and stuff like that, like, other like very distinctly 80s things. Ground. There we go. Like things from like the 80s that aren't talked about as much, or like you don't remember them unless you lived through it. Yeah, MTV was only music videos for like 20 years. Well, actually some of the reality stuff was like early 90s. Eight-bit guy would probably not be a very good guest. The wall backwards? No. Or what was the other one that would sync up to Wizard of Oz? That was also Pink Floyd, right? Oh, Oh God, yeah, Tipper Gore. That's another one. Yeah. Because like everyone either like hates or loves Al Gore now, but they don't remember that back in the 90s his wife was like this kind of meme. Because she was like hardcore, like music is evil, video games are evil, right? That was her deal. See, now I don't quite remember the 80s. I think that was Tipper Gore. Because that was a big thing. Like, well, again, like there was like this huge like moralistic. Well, you guys probably remember, but like there was like this huge like moralistic slant with Bill Clinton, and actually apparently Hillary Clinton is like super religious even now, I guess. That's what even like they had like, remember how they had the Addams Family Values? That was the name of the sequel. That was a direct reference to Clinton's 1992 campaign. All right, let's see how we are. Oh, the warning labels? Okay, yeah. I knew it was something like that. Yeah. See, I mean, stuff like that, people might find it interesting, but like, it's kind of hard to talk about it without it sounding political. Like, again, if like you talked about like how like super pro cop Bill Clinton was at one time, it is kind of jarring. Like, he sounded like a super Republican in comparison. Huh, this one's kind of off-center. That's weird. Yeah. That's not what you normally look for in a major home appliance. Nice one, Resi Gun. Drunk Louis Rossman. Hey, everybody. Oh, this real estate is not the proper square footage. Hold my hair. Oh, yep. D&D was a major component of the Satanic Panic. It's kind of ironic because like Gary Gygax kind of got canceled for being like, I guess, too conservative, but back in the 80s, conservatives hated him. I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, I think it's interesting anecdotes. Kind of puts things into perspective. Did I test this one yet? I don't think I did. Oh yeah, because it re-enumerate as a different controller, so I gotta hit this again. There we go. What? Oh, it hasn't re-enumerated yet. Over numerousness. Yeah, see, that's why you'd have to have like a Gen Z person on there to talk to. Like, probably the way you do it is you have like two Gen X hosts who would get drunk, and then they would find like Gen Z like influencers or something, and then you would tell them these stories. So like a Gen Z influencer obviously has heard of Bill Clinton, but they probably would be surprised about like all of like the moralistic grandstanding back then, and yeah, the warning labels on CDs and stuff. And yeah. And then yeah, before Dan Quayle there was no, Dan Quayle was before that. He was also a kind of like a big meme vice president. Okay, did this enumerate yet or what? Enumerate, you bastard! Where is it? What's Mazes and Monsters? Is that like tomes and talismans? Yeah, I think there are certain modern things where there's kind of like social media purity tests, let's put it that way. And it, as a Gen Xer, it can't help but remind me of the Satanic Panic. I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen this before. That's probably why Gen X is like more based. I remember when the Christians were doing this. All right, let's test this. Okay, that's good. Let's get this. Oh no, that's refurbished. That's not original hardware. How dare he? Sweet dreams are made of cheese. I thought aren't they making another Goonies for some reason? The Search for More Money. Oh. Fake and legitimate crop circles. That sounds like a recent episode of the History Channel now. The crop circles were obviously made by the Knights Templar. Are you going to become a cheese nerd, Randy? Kind of a cheese nerd. But yeah, they're doing Gremlins 3, The Gizmo Awakens, which of course will just be a remake of the first movie. They won't do anything crazy like the second one, unfortunately. A cheese enthusiast. I'm kind of a cheese nerd. I'm a huge alligator nerd. Yeah, Grandma's in the White House would be funny. But you know, this is gonna be back to the town again. So it's like, oh, we've all come home for the holidays after 40 years. What's this? Gizmo, how are you still alive? Oh, I hope no one feeds him water after midnight. And then Phoebe Cates is like, I'm still alive. I'm gonna jump in a pool. I'm so disappointed that Ke Huy Quan didn't become like cool again in time to be an Indiana Jones. Like if they had made a fifth Indiana Jones movie, you know, I'm just talking theoretical, of course. But if that existed, you know, they should have put Ke Huy Quan in it. Thankfully, it doesn't exist. I saw what was it, Afterlife? The one where Egon was a ghost? It was, I don't know. It was all right. Actually, I felt the same way I felt about Force Awakens. It's like, I would have preferred it without the old people in it. Because then they show up and it's like, oh, look, it's all these old dudes. And it's like, oh. Like, I think Force Awakens was actually pretty good, but the movie it started out pretty good, but as soon as Harrison Ford shows up, it's like you're having a party and then your dad comes in and farts. That's kind of I know that probably sounds weird to hear me say since I'm such an Indiana Jones fan, but I'm talking about Harrison Ford. Some of my grandkids don't have mansions yet, so I guess I gotta make this movie, but I want to die in it. The worst sequels are the ones with babies. Yeah. Yeah, Ghostbusters, I don't know. Some people like Ghostbusters too. I've never liked it. I've given it multiple chances and I'm like, this movie is not good. It's just like a worse version of the first movie with a baby. It's like who wants to see a baby in a Ghostbusters movie? Who wants to see a baby in any movie? If your movie's going to heavily feature a baby, it better have David Bowie in it. What? I don't even like that movie that much. That's like a chick flick. Yeah, screw babies. You shouldn't have them in any movies. Look, old man, he's here again. Yeah. Yes, I think there should be a moratorium on babies in movies and also old people in movies. Like in that Battleship movie. It's like, there's only one battleship left. It's a USS Missouri. But how will we operate it? And then they cut to the shot of all these geezers, like, strung up. Like, just all these geezers, just on certain parts of the ship. It's like, how the fuck did they get up there? And it's so stupid. It's like, that ship was used in the Gulf War. So there would have been people in their 40s who knew how to operate it. But no, let's have this geezer randomly appear up in the crow's nest. Where did they even come from? It's like they just came out of the old folks' home. Oh, that was so stupid. Yeah, I don't know if it's Red Letter Media, but I've seen people comment like the second Ghostbusters movie was like kiddified a lot because the cartoon was so popular. But the thing is, the cartoon wasn't even that kiddie. Like, I mean, the cartoon actually had like a lot of Yeah, it actually, I don't know. It actually is, it was, fairly decently written. It wasn't like, I mean, it was for kids, but it wasn't like that childish. No. The closest they come to it is one of the geezers says, they won't sink this battleship. But it's a movie with Liam Neeson in it. Liam Neeson. So there should have been a part where he said, you sunk my battleship. It's not the worst movie. I mean, it doesn't need to exist, but... I just thought the thing at the end was like, because I've actually visited the USS Missouri, so I'm aware of like what wars it was used in because I've looked at all the plaques and stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, this was used in 1991. It's also the ship where they signed the surrender of Japan on VJ Day. There's a plaque for that too on the ship. The actual spot where, what was his name? Hirohito signed the surrender. Yeah, because what was that? That was 1991, which was... Oh, that was... Oh, my math ain't mathin'. 1945. So it was 46 years after the surrender of Japan. And it was there... Well, I think it's just about done, but like the USS Nimitz... That's as old as I am, and that's still in active service. So it's like a 50-year-old aircraft carrier. Although I think it is going to be decommissioned like very, very soon. But so I mean, yeah, it's not unusual for ships to be in service that long. Although that is pretty much the end. Yeah, well, I gotta actually, I think I have these. 9:38, so 2 hours and 38 minutes. Not too bad. Yeah, YouTube randomly was like, hey, you want to watch this episode of the real Ghostbusters? And I'm like, oh, sure. Because, you watch that stuff now and you're like, oh my God, the animation's horrible. But I think I watched 2 episodes of it and it's not really that, at least the ones I saw, it wasn't that kidified. And like Venkman's, trying to hit on all the women and, they're like eating pizzas and it didn't really seem all that dissimilar from the show. And there was like a cult, I think, like a cult in a university they had to discover. Oh yeah, I think the cult spawned some sort of Cthulhu monster. And that was back before, Cthulhu was like a mainstream meme. Can't remember what the name of the episode was, but yeah. Oh, Under Siege was on that ship? Oh, I didn't know that. Man, that would have been... Yeah, that would be a very old ship at that time. Maybe we should have taken over a newer ship. But do I really need to see the later seasons? I mean, I'm sure I watched. Well, I guarantee I watched them as a kid. Because I would have been 11 or 12 when that show came out. Yeah. It's also kind of weird. Like, a lot of it the animation kind of looks like Asian. Because I think it actually was, you know, well, a lot of that stuff was, you know, animation was actually done over like in Korea. But like some of the expressions they make kind of almost look like something from like a anime. Like over exaggerated facial expressions. Well, they didn't have to worry about toy sales, but they had to worry about ecto cooler sales. Ecto cooler is very important. I should make a better version of this D-pad. It could be better. Oh. Yeah, it was the real Ghostbusters because they had like that one with the gorilla, which is like Ghostbusters. Because like the Ghostbusters trademark wasn't like fully owned by Columbia Pictures or something. But yeah, when you become an adult, you realize all those shows existed just to sell toys. Well, I think He-Man existed because Mattel, wasn't it? Not Mattel. Yeah, Mattel passed up on making Star Wars toys. Because I think originally Kenner did. Was that right? So He-Man was like, oh crap, we wish we had these Star Wars toy money. So that's... I guess that was the impetus for He-Man. Now that's a Netflix movie. I'm sure that'll be great. Well, there's real Ghostbusters toys, weren't there? I would assume they would have been. I mean, there was Ecto Cooler, right? My Toy Stories are putting Bud to sleep. Yeah. Bud's like, shut up with your jet. Oh, look at, he's tired. Aw, Bud, are you tired? The Masters. Oh yeah, with Dolph Lundgren. I've never actually seen it. I just heard it was pretty bad. It all takes place in like the real or our world, right? To make it cheaper. Wasn't that like the big budget thing? Yeah, this analog stick doesn't look properly centered. I'm gonna maybe try one more. I probably will be calling it a night here sooner than later. I never watched He-Man. We didn't get He-Man on the channels that we had. We got She-Ra, but not He-Man. I was big into it. My Transformers was my thing back then. Oh, and Mask. I loved Mask. Then after that, then I wasn't really into toys. I was into like video games and stuff. So probably like Mask was probably like the last thing where I actually wanted toys. But I did watch, I mean, religiously watched the real Ghostbusters because everyone loved Ghostbusters. Bud. Are you a cute cat? Catnip? Oh, his crack is greenies. That's what he goes crazy for. Huh? Oh, my tablet. It's like my batteries aren't dead yet. Wait, I still function. Wanna bet? Starscream. Now that Megatron has, how we shall say, departed, I nominate myself as the new leader. I will give you a new voice and new troops to command. Megatron, is that you? Why do you sound like Spock? Here's a hint. Oh, the sizzle. Yes. They're even better raw. I'll take some of these fish sticks home with me. Oh. Bud, are you going to try to take over the world? Full of goodness and green penis. Yes. Oh, that's awful. Oh, who am I kidding? I need the money. That was on the Critic. That wasn't Pinky and the Brain. Or Animaniacs. Rosebud. Frozen peas. Well, Animaniacs did do that skit of when Orson Wells was doing the commercial. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, the frozen peas commercial, just not Rosebud brand frozen peas. This one looks drifty too. What the heck is going on with this? It's like tilted, it's biased a little bit to the left. Yes, Pinky and the Brain were lab rats or mice or whatever. I guess they were mice. We know a farm in Lincolnshire where Mrs. Buckley lives. Every year peas grow there. Oh, wait a minute. We're already past the snow. And now you're talking about a big dish of peas. Isn't that the fun of it? Is that the snow and you're talking about the field of peas? There's no actor that can deal with this dialogue. It's meaningless. Yeah, or the one where he's doing the wine commercial, and I don't know. Some people say that he was on a sleeping pill, but I don't know. Maybe he was just really, really tired. But he sounded wasted. The French. With the Chateau wines by Parmesan. It's specially fermented in the bottle for the freshest taste. Yeah. We shall sell no wine before it's time. Yeah, it was always Paul Masson. Yep. Or he also was selling that. What was that Milton Bradley electronic tower game? It was like Mystery Castle or something. It's the one that someone always comes down here and tells me to fix. He did the ad for that too. Dark Tower, I think, was it Dark Tower? Something. He's like, the computerized controls give you a world of mystery. Who can defeat the Dark Tower? Now I'm going to drink some wine. Bud, will you sell no wine before it's time? Uh-oh, Bud left. We know a vineyard in Lincolnshire. Every summer, grapes grow there. Oh, Bud's being a whiny girlfriend. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. I'll double check these tomorrow, and then we'll put them into boxes. Excuse me. Honey, come to bed. Yeah. Something's wrong on the internet. You playing PlayStation all night? Oh, I got a new comforter. Strip Dark Tower. Oh yeah, at Nashua Copiers, and then he sold what was it, the Vivitar camera, like one of those like rectangular cameras. It's like, this camera is great. You just point it at a bottle of wine and push the button, and you get a picture of a bottle of wine. I wish I could drink the picture. Oh my God. Well, Bud's whining, so I guess I gotta go. Well, thanks everyone who stopped by tonight. And I guess we'll see you next week if we have more controllers. I guess we'll see. Sure, it'll be an even slower time of year for sales, but yeah. All right, Bud, we will go. Jeez. All right, I'll catch y'all later. What is it? Meow? What if I stick you in front of the camera? What do you think about that? Is that what you want? Probably not. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Look how big you are. Do you have a warm winter coat? Warm winter coat. Now Bud will hate this. No, I hate this. Big Bud. Are you the biggest cat in the world? Oh, poor Bud. All right, we'll go now, bud.